Good evening, you guys. My name is Marlene. This is Marley Grace Creations. Welcome to my Facebook page. And if you're watching me right now from YouTube, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for hopping on. And if you love the videos that you're seeing, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell and all that stuff. Make sure you hit like. Hey, Karen, how are you? Okay, I need to set my turntable up tonight, I think. So, one second. Okay, there we go. Hey, sister. I'm so glad you came on, girl. You know what? I have a new glue tool. The day after you asked me all about my glue tool, girl, it stopped working. It burned up. It stopped. It even looked black towards the end. It was a hot mess. So it's in the trash can. Hey, Shelly. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Donna. Hey, you guys. It burned. It was quit working. I couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. And my glue stick was in there, and it wouldn't go, and it was kind of leaning a little bit. And I thought, well, what's wrong with this thing? And so I put another glue stick in there and pushed it, and I realized by feeling it, it was cold. And I'm like, no wonder it wouldn't go. Oh. Hey, Mary. Mary, you're bright and early tonight. I should say early. Hey, Diane. All right, y'all. Several people have said that Hot Wheel track thing that you did a while back, I had mentioned it to some ladies in my private group and some other ones of you, and they said, please do that again. We didn't see it. We forgot what it was like, whatever. So, I actually needed this, and I forgot to find it. So, this is going to be different, a little different. I would really like to get that off, but I don't think. Let's see. I should have never asked you about it. But I know, I have a pretty pink one. I do. It's okay. I hope this one lasts near as long as my other one did. Okay. I'm not going to paint the bottom. I want to show you. This is just a sign from, where did I get this from the other day? Hobby Lobby, Spring Shop, 90% off or something like that. This thing was cheap. So, normally I would get all the stickers out of here. I don't even need to get the stickers out of there. But I am going to get some navy blue paint. Hold on just a minute. I just don't have my ducks in a row quite yet. And I'll tell you why in 1 second. Where's my navy paint? Here's some navy right here. I'm going to do some navy and silver. The reason I don't, I'm sorry, y'all. My sister called about my dad. We kind of take care and parent my dad. She had some questions and blah, blah, blah. So it was right at 9 o'clock when I said bye to her. So, hey, AB, how are you? Are you off tonight? Hey, Jerry. Let's get some navy blue paint in here. 4 sets of those stackable pumpkins. I found 2 more. I had a friend go by there this morning and get me 2 more sets. This is DecoArt Americana in just navy. It just says navy blue. It's you're about to go to bed. Bless your heart. This is one of the best navy blue colors. You can tell there's not much left in that bottle that I've ever had. I love it. So let me just get a soft brush. Thank you, Emma. Thank you for the stars. This box is chocolate brown, so it should be easy to cover. And you see this? I'll do that. You know, I won't be able to do it later. I won't be able to turn it upside down. I will have to do it now. Because after I get this put together, there will not be no paint in the bottom. But that'll be an easy thing to do. I'll get it all done at one time right here. You can use a frame. You can use a box. You can use, I'm forever picking up little things like at the Dollar General that's Just a wall plaques. It has just a little lip on the edge, not much, because it doesn't take much. This is deeper than some of them I've made. A little brown there. This is deeper than some of them I've made, and you're going to see that it doesn't really matter. Let me get that up there. Let me get some navy on this and dry it good, then we'll flip it over, and then we'll work on those Hot Wheel tracks. Hey Diane, how are you? Boy, some of y'all are making some pretty pumpkins and posting them on the Marley Gray Showcase page. Pretty stuff, y'all. I love it when I inspire somebody to do something and then you take it and you create your own. And copying me, that's fine too. I don't care. Hey, Victoria. Victoria Madison. Is Madison your last name? Or your middle name and you just didn't use your last name? I have a granddaughter, Madison, that's why I'm asking. That's pretty. And I don't think I've ever heard it as a last name. Hey, Carolyn. You did what too? You got some more, Emma? I want to do 2 more sets of those. I want to do one in orange with like the chalk, the white wax on it, if it'll let me do that. And then I want to do one kind of gray with white wax to make it look like cement. Okay, let me get a little more on this, and then this, I can turn this box over. If this gets scratched up a little bit or whatever after I'm done, it's not going to matter a whole lot because, you know, it's always going to be sitting on this. This is going to be the bottom. And you can get these Hot Wheel tracks, 2 in a pack, at Dollar Tree. So you don't have to go buy a great big bunch of Hot Wheel tracks and then take them all apart and all that stuff. They come two in 1 pack. I'm going to make a set for my kids and one for me. So, yeah. You'll be sick of making them pretty soon. They're a chore. I mean, they're big, but they turned out pretty. I put mine in that urn I was talking about last night, and I haven't done anything to it as far as, you know, decorating that, but I will. I'll put a picture up when I do it. It's sitting in my dining room right this minute, and I was going to lunch with a friend today, and she has to go right by there, and it was getting later, and I said, instead of me having to go all the way over there, and then you coming all the way back by there and picking me up, will you stop in there and look for me? Because I think they're going to get gone pretty quick. She stopped in there, and I forgot to ask her how many they had, but she brought me 2 anyway, so. Hey, Betty, how are you? Now, the ones that she brought me today, there was a white one, an orange one, and a yellow one, which really don't matter. They're all going to be painted anyway. Now, the first set that I got, I don't know why it looks hazy in here. This happened one other time, but it was Facebook, not me, so. How are you tonight, Daddy? Hey, Diane. Hey, Teresa. Are you feeling better? I saw you and, is it your daughter were sick? You feeling some too, Jerry? Yay! Good, 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 good. It's just me, maybe. Okay, this is probably about dry enough. Okay, we're going to flip this thing over. That's all it is that little wooden box thing. It's even got a hook. You know, I probably should take that off. Sawtooth hook, but that's okay. I tried like popping this off. Let me try one more thing. Where's my knife? I doubt it will, but who knows? Forget it. It's not coming off. It is on there good. Now, if I wasn't wanting it on there, it would be falling off. Mine were not in a box either. The ones she brought me were just in like shrink wrapped. They weren't in a box, so that's okay. They've already changed since then. Okay, let me set this aside and let me work on these. Okay, here's the Hot Wheel tracks. I've already taken them outside and sprayed with one, maybe 2 coats. You can still see some orange in the edges, but we're going to get some paint in there. Relief from heat today. Yes, ours is not so bad today either. A lot of times I do these, well, I hope this cover's good. A lot of times I do these in white. And put beads on it and all kinds of stuff. I've got something else I'm going to try tonight. It might not work, but we're going to try it. And you have to get the top and the, like the top and the bottom painted. The whole thing. It's going to take a couple of coats to cover all this good. And you have to get down in the creases, because they will show if you don't. And you can use either side you want to for the top. It doesn't really matter. You'll see in a minute when I put it together. It could be, you could put this edge here down or you could put it up. But I'm going to try and fill that crevice here in a minute and see what's something different I can do. And just take the time and get all your little grooves painted, because I promise you they're going to show if you don't. Hey, Sue. Let's see. Rope. Let's see. Pretend it's a rope. Yeah, it'll come off real quick. Yes, it will. This is a kind of a awkward thing to paint, but anyway. And a soft paintbrush does much better. Got to get it down in the grooves. Y'all not gonna let me leave the rope thing down, are you? I haven't used rope in the last few days. And a lot of times I use chalk paint, because this stuff is, you know, it really is hard to keep paint on. This is just acrylic paint I'm putting on here tonight. But I already have, let me put this somewhere over here to dry. Okay, because I already have sprayed it a couple times. See what I mean by the top and the bottom? This side's pretty smooth with just an edge. And then that is where your, you know, your cars go. So you've got 2 different sides to choose what you want up and what you want down. This is going to be mostly silver and blue, I think. How are you, Sue? It's hard to get all these little edges, y'all. Is the weather better where everybody is tonight? It actually is pleasant here. I went and sat outside a little while ago for, I don't know, maybe half an hour. I would have sat longer if I didn't have anything else to do. It's so pleasant out there. So I sit out there with the dogs a while. And every time, my golden retriever loves to play ball. And every time I would open the door, she would just stand there and stare at me. And I'd say, come in the house. Please come in the house. She would back up. And that means, Mom, please come out and play ball. I didn't have time to play ball today. Still waiting on rain. It's supposed to start here about 11 o'clock, from what I understand right now. And rain here for the next few days, I think. We need it, though. My flowers are looking bad. See, I'm having to look and get all in those grooves, because if you miss any, okay. I've just about got one top coat on one side. So I'm just flipping it over and just making sure I get it all in there. And it also depends on what size you put this on as to how big your arch is. Okay, let me get these to dry, and then I'll have to flip them over. The other side should be a little faster because there's not grooves. We are not. And I don't know what y'all use when you're crafting to put your paints in. Everybody uses all kinds of different stuff. I've used like extra jar lids and, you know, ashtrays and little saucers and whatever. But I discovered these a while back. And when I send out happy boxes from my private group, I put some in there. Those things are wonderful to put your paint in when you're crafting, and that way when you're done, you just pitch it in the trash. And you can't paint just one side of this. You'll see in a few minutes. It will show. It will show. I promise. So let me get the majority of this. Flip it over. Hey Joyce, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? Okay, let me find this paint again. Probably getting ready to have to put some more in here. See, this goes quick on this side because there's not all these little finicky grooves to get in. Wow. I know it's boring to watch people paint sometimes, y'all. I'm sorry, but if we don't get paint on this, we can't make this right. Let me set that over there to dry. Let me get this one. This backside goes pretty fast. And I started to do it ahead of time and just have it ready. But, you know, if you miss some steps, sometimes people just don't understand how to do it. They have to see you do it. So, that's why. Hey, Sherry. If you guys haven't been on my page in a while, or even if you have, let everybody know where you're from. You might have a neighbor on here. Who knows? And for those of you who don't know, I'm in North Carolina. We are like, yes, we like to see you make it. I know it is boring for some. Sissy, you know that. But, you know, when people just paint. But this is part of the process to get where we're going. So, kind of has to happen. It's kind of like the cake. You can't put the icing on the cake before you make the cake. And, you know, there's a process to making the cake. So, did you craft today, says craft. I didn't. What was that, Carla? Hey, Margaret. I think Carla said something maybe. Whoa, I had that thing to my shirt. Talk about warming you up. I know my son, I'm reading your comments. My husband came down here a while ago with some ice cream that he bought for me yesterday. And he said, this is so good and you can't have any. And I said, you bought that for me. He said, but that was yesterday. And he looked around here, he said, you're a hoarder. I said, craft supplies do not mean you're a hoarder. That means you have craft supplies. He said, okay, whatever. All right. Now there's one coat, and this is going to be probably the last of this blue. And this is the first time I've done this with a colored one. I usually do white, only because, you know, that's what I was doing. But I kind of want this to be a little more blingy so you can see that you can bling it up. And add some silver. And we'll put a pumpkin in the middle of it. And that's going to be silver. Okay. That looks good so far. Awesome. It always looks so good when you get your second coat on, and or your third, meaning you're covering your ugly coat up. It's always so good to do that. Okay, let me set this over there and dry. We just have to have our goodies. You're looking for a new desk? I know, me too. I'm not looking for a new desk, but I'm considering a table. I think I would like to stand and craft instead of sit. But you've got to have something high. Your desk has to be, you know, elevated quite a bit. You have to have, you know, a comfortable mat to stand on because it's not good for your legs. And y'all know me, I ain't no quick crafter, so What am I making? I'm making something with Hot Wheel tracks. Nothing in my mail today either, girl, but tomorrow probably. Let me get all in the grooves. That looks so pretty. That's a pretty navy. Let me get these edges a little bit here. And after you get it put together, if some of it cracks off, or because you know this moves, it is bendable, so your paint could, but you can always touch it up. Use like that shows. Okay, let me get this over here and dry these. Ugh. Storm coming. We're supposed to be getting some rain. I don't know if it's supposed to be storming or just raining. You would have to wear shoes for good support. Yeah. But I don't know. Hey, Lane. How are you? S. Are you saying X or 6? What? Oh, 6? Let's see. You tried standing, it hurt your back. You're a slow crafter. I'm a fast crafter. I just always seem to pick things that take forever. What is it with these, you know, I'm like, why can't I pick a craft that takes 30, 45 minutes and be done? I'll have to learn. That's something I need to learn. No, it's not that I mind sitting. My chair's fine. I have a cushion in my chair. It's not that. I just feel like I might be more comfortable if I was doing it standing. Maybe not. Okay, let's see what the back side looks like. This side looks pretty good. See, this side is just a little bit more. It looks pretty good though, but it's still, we can see a little through there. And the creases, you don't want to see it. And don't worry about the very, very tips, because, you know, you can hold it. Don't worry about that, because that's going to be glued in. And I'm not putting much on this. It's just going right over it really well. Okay. Yeah, y'all, this part's about done. Okay. I think it's fine. I think it's going to look good. That's a Hot Wheel track, yes. It is a Hot Wheel track. But now it's navy blue. It's not orange anymore. Margaret, you were asking me about it the other day and you couldn't get the paint to stay on. And then, let's see, Carolyn asked about it, I think, and Trish about doing one. So, here that is. Yep. Now it's navy blue. See, it's very flexible. It's Hot Wheel track. And I took it outside and sprayed it with 2 coats of a primer paint. Just the Rust-Oleum 2-Act stuff yesterday. Well, let's see. Saturday? So it's been in my garage a few days. Curing real good. Okay. Now, I'm going to have a couple of things here I want to try before I start building this arch. Hey, Sharon. I see a few places I need to touch up just a little bit right here. Because I don't want that to show. Because once I get this other stuff on, I don't want to have to come back and do this. Okay. The rest looks pretty good. Okay, now this is not dry, so this might be a trick and it may not work. I'm gonna try it. And if it won't work, then okay, we tried it. I have this metal, I'm not sure if this is the right size or not, to go in there. Okay, I think that's too wide. This may not work. Let's try this one. Oh, that works. See that? This is metal ribbon, they call it. So it's metal. I mean, I know I just said that. It's real metal. Hey, Lisa. So I want to put that in here. I hope it won't pop out, is what I'm hoping. I hope it stays. I kind of like that way that looks. Okay, see, I think that'll be pretty. Let's try that. Let's see if we can get it to stay down. I don't know, but we're going to see. Have to do this fast because when your hot glue cools off, well, you can forget it. It's not going to work. Oh, I think it's going to work. I didn't get it all the way this end, but that's probably going to be covered up anyway. See if we need a little more here. No, it's doing pretty good. Okay, so that's going to be the top. Now, let's see if we can find another piece. And y'all be careful if you buy this. You can get this at Hobby Lobby. You can get some of this at Dollar Tree, Dollar General, different places. And be careful because it can cut you. I'm just going to put that over that end. Aha, that works good too. This fits perfect in this. I mean, it couldn't fit any better. I'm just concerned when I make an arch out of it if it's going to pop off from here. I hope not. I'm thinking not. Okay. I just turned that over. See what I did? And pushed it down on there. So I'm going to put a little glue there, and that way I can glue it down a little as I go, and it won't move. I think that's what I can do. Let's see if I can do that. Glue stick. Can we pull it down over that? Yeah, that's what you call a happy accident. That was already there, and when it was like that, I thought, I could hook that. So, now, let's see if we can get this glued down as we go. gets hot. It's metal, so be careful. Okay, and it's scratching some of the paint off just a little bit. And that's to be expected. It's fresh paint. But you can touch it up. Now, if you custom color your paint, you won't be able to touch it up. So, if you're going to make a custom color, make sure you make plenty of it in case you have to touch up. Well, it's better than I thought. Y'all had no clue. I looked at this a while ago and thought, it just needs something now. Bending it in a minute, it's going to be a trick. So, well, time will tell. Hey, Judy. Hey, Pat. How are you tonight? Okay, now let's take our box. First thing we've got to do is cut this off. And it cuts pretty easy with scissors. Y'all just don't use good scissors. It'll ruin them. So, y'all can hear that. It really is metal. Okay, now I'm going to make the arches. You see a little bit of the orange is showing? That's what I'll have to touch up. But I want to get, and while this is still hot, let me try and make an arch here. Okay, all so far so good. On the back one, I made for my grandson. Oh, you made one of these for your grandson? Okay, I'm just going to you got to get a lot of hot glue in there. A lot. Because this has got to cool and it's got to hold it tight. So let me hold that just a minute. I'm doing it from corner to corner and corner to corner. And so we're going to make an arch. Oh no. Oh no, Pat. Tell me where you are again. Hey, Fleda. And I'm putting just a little bit in there and just putting that up against the box. Florida. Tampa. Gosh, be careful. I know my mom lives at the coast and she's had to evacuate quite a few times. It's pretty scary. Okay, now let's do the other one. Where'd the other one go? Oh, here it is. In the hiding place. Now, I'm going to show you what I just did. See, I had this cut pretty good. And see, I stopped too short there. It's okay. It doesn't matter because you're going to hide it in this corner anyway. And I'm just going to fold that back. Because why not? Okay, and you can make it go over it or under it. It doesn't really matter. It's all the same. I'll show you these corners up close in just a minute when I get them done. I know. You have everything packed. That's good. My mom, so many times, used to put all of her valuable stuff in the trunk and pack suitcase, and every time we turned around, she was going somewhere. Okay, I have this. Where's my little cup thing I had? Oh, pumpkin's in it. Never mind. I want that in the middle. One of these little tart cups from Hobby Lobby. And you could use this either way you wanted to, but I want that kind of in the middle. So I'm going to put Spanish moss around that. And you could put styrofoam in it too. I just didn't. I don't really know why. I just didn't. I'm just spreading the Spanish moss out and getting it kind of spilling out over the box, and I'm going to tuck some down in the corners. Land O'Lakes is a real place, like the butter. You know, I didn't know that. Okay, I was going to show you guys and I didn't. Sorry. Let me do it. I'll just get all started here. Okay, you probably can't even see, but in this corner underneath this is a big pile of glue, a lot of glue. And then you just put this down in it and hold it just a minute. And it's got to be butted up against this corner to work. So that way, that's what makes your arch. And I'm going to stuff a little bit of that down in that corner. And put this back in there. Really wanted to do one of these. It is easy, Susan. It is. I promise it's easy. Now, you see, you have a blank right there, you know, an empty spot, I should say. I'm just taking a little bit of Spanish moss and just tucking it in there. Now it looks like it's down in the Spanish moss. It's really not, but... that is too big for that spot. Now I've got all the corners covered up. Now I did not paint the top edge of this. I probably should have, but I don't mind that color being there. If I wanted to push that Spanish moss back and do that, I could and paint that top lip navy. But since the Spanish moss is about that color, I think it's fine. Okay, now I'm going to put some hot glue up here to secure this. quite a bit. Just let that sit there a minute. Kind of hold it together. Hey, Pam. Okay, and you can put whatever you want in here. You can put leaves in here. You can put some cotton in here. You could put blue flowers, light blue flowers. I do not have light blue flowers. To me, light blue flowers are like the fakest flowers in the world because there's not many, you know, most of them. You can find some. But I have some of these little cotton sprigs, and I kind of like the looks of this in there because it's white. It's not a lot of color. And so I'm just going to stick a little bit of this cotton around in there. And if y'all totally hate cotton, you can put anything in here you want to. I've got a daughter that would not touch this with a 10-foot pole. But I kind of think they're cute, so. Hey, Linda. And I get these at Hobby Lobby for $1.59. You can get a lot of different cottons. You can get different sprigs. But these are reasonable, I think. Okay, and that just gives it a little bit of white, a little bit of color, a little bit of farmhouse, a little bit of glitz. So we got it all. Okay, this needs something. And it cannot be anything heavy. Not real heavy. This is too big, too heavy. I think I just got rid. I think I just did the one I really wanted to put on here. Hold on a minute. I have lots of, let me grab something up here. I've got a bunch of little wooden cups. I like that there. I think this one is too small. I like that one. Okay, let's paint that one. Hold on. Yeah, I think that's the best size, but now I need to paint it. I'm going to paint it navy blue, and then I might do something silvery on the top. We'll see here in just a minute. I know it's a lot of people in the path. Y'all just please be careful. Everybody's, I know a lot of people in this group is praying for each other, so that's a good thing. We went to my mom's one time at the coast, and Hurricane Fran had just hit. It destroyed all the furniture she had in a utility building. A lot of stuff in the yard. It buckled up all the floors in her house. It was bad when we got there. Okay, let's get this dry. Let's get our thing back. And glue that on the top. That's going to show a little bit, but after it cools, well, before it cools, some of it can be taken off and touched up with paint, so it's okay. It's cool enough now to move it. Still a little warm, but it's on there. Okay, let me get some paint, touch up just a couple little spots. Let me cover over this glue. I am very pleased with this metal in here because honestly, I had no idea whether it would work right or not. I was afraid that it would pop out of there. But it can't pop out now because it's glued there. It's glued down there. It can't pop out. Seen what at Hobby Lobby, Emma? These are candle cups. What did you see at Hobby Lobby? There's that little orange speck that popped off a little while ago. So when you get done with this, just go around and inspect it and touch up any little orange specks that you see, because you will pop a few places messing with all this plastic. Thought it would pop out. I wasn't sure. It is amazing how perfect it fit in this groove. It's perfect. And that glue held it. I was afraid the glue would let the metal go, but it stayed. I know, it is a nice looking craft. It amazes me. I sold one in my auction last year. Let me get a little more navy down here. And a friend of mine in the mountains bought it. And so I went to visit her, and she had it on her dining room table. It's full of daisies, little spring flowers, and she just loves it. She was talking about how much she loved it and wanted to know, you know, whatever about it. And I said, that is a Hot Wheel track. She went, no way. I said, yes, it's a Hot Wheel track. She went, oh my gosh, I'll probably never look at it the same, but I cannot believe it's a Hot Wheel track. And she was amazed too. And I thought she saw me make it online, but she wasn't online for that video, so she did not see it. So she didn't know what it was. I'm just looking at, making sure inside I don't have any little streaks. And I'm just using a little art brush and just going in there and touching up any little streaks. Or it really looks good with this navy on it. I'm pretty amazed. Because I have anxiety, and that can be unbearable at times. Never had until. Oh gosh, bless your sweetheart. Bless your sweetheart, Susan. That makes me feel wonderful. I have anxiety too. I sure do. Severe at times, not in a long, long time, but I have. So I get it. Okay, look at this pumpkin. This is the start of the show. Well, not quite, just about. Okay, so I have this beautiful silver pumpkin. This was my inspiration for this navy and silver. And this is Hobby Lobby. Don't remember what I paid for it. I think it was honestly about $6 or $7. But I had two, and I wasn't sure if I want to use the short one or this tall one. So I don't know, but I think it's going to be the tall one. I think it may be the tall one. Crafting does help. It does help a lot. And I wasn't sure about the cotton. What do y'all think about the cotton in there? I think it just is something different. It's elegant, farmhouse, all of that. And I believe I do like the tall pumpkin in there. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And I have this one metal leaf that came off of something. So I'm going to glue that on this sweet pumpkin right here. And I think it needs a big old leaf on it. And maybe not. Let me bend it a little bit. Sticking straight out. Tall one, and yes, cotton. You know, the reason I have this cotton on my desk, and this is how things happen in your head. The reason I have this cotton on my desk is because I have a new napkin and it's just got cotton all over it. It's very farmhouse looking, and I thought, well, I'm just going to do a pumpkin in that paper and then put this on top. And I still might, but not right now. So I thought, I really want to do this Hot Wheel track because several people have asked me about it. So I thought I would. Let me bend this a little more. You bought this. I bought it just like that. I didn't touch it. Emma, I did not touch that pumpkin or this one. And I've taken the stickers off. I don't remember. I think they were like $6 or $7. This one was a little less than that one. And they look like metal. I'm sure they're not. Look at the stems on them. No, I would have painted it like that, but I did not. So it's nice when you get something you don't have to touch. Let me just make that come up a little bit. Let me put this. I think I want that closer. Let me cut some of that stem off. I don't like that long stem on that. If I can, with my clippers. Oh Lord, where's my clippers? Here they are. See, it has, this came off of something else, and I saved it. But you know, save your stuff. You never know. Let me cut that short. If I can cut it. Y'all, I don't know if I can cut it. I'm going to get it off one way or the other. Maybe not. Let's twist it off. There you go. Where's your wheel? There's a way. All right, now let me get that on there. I want that silver, bright silver leaf on that side of that pumpkin. Oh, it's not touching. Got it in the wrong place. Let me move it. Not move it. Let me move the glue. Let me bend it a little bit more. Okay, so now it has a leaf and a little thingy, and I'm gonna bend that little thingy in a minute. So, yeah, that's better. Okay, now one more thing, and it will be done. There you go. We'll put that on top. What do you think? And I may put a little bit of silver bling around that. I had no idea about this or this until like a minute ago. So, I mean, you know, just play with what you've got and look at it. And as you go, what I do with my paint, everything hides under here, y'all. I'm not nuts. Not really. Okay. I don't know, but I know where more is. Thank you, Sessa. I love it. I think it's very elegant, very farmhouse, all the things. I love it. Let me get a tiny little paintbrush. And y'all, I ordered these paintbrush. My friend Kim Jenkins from Yesterday's Tomorrows uses these. And she has one pack that doesn't have as many in it that are bigger. This pack had 50. It wasn't much. They're very cheap little brushes, but I use these so much. I bet you every other day when I wash brushes, should be every day, but I don't. I bet I wash 25 of these things. because I use them for a little of this and a little of that, stick them in the water. And I am just painting over that hot glue up there. I like the blue and silver too, Shelly. I love blue and silver together. Okay, did that slide a little bit? I think it might have. It's not going nowhere. It's going to stay. It's going to stay. Let me see about this now. We can put just a little bit of bling right there. Thank you, Pat. Okay, let's get a little bit of, let me see. This is the front towards you. Okay. I want to start in the back and wrap this around to make sure it doesn't end in the front. Come down just a little bit. There we go. Okay, it's perfect. Got a little bit extra hanging off. We're just going to get that tacked down. Okay. There she is, all dressed up. Need somewhere to go. Right, all these glue strings. I'll take my hot tool over that. Let me just do it now. Get all those glue strings off. This just makes them disappear. Okay. There she is. What do you think? That is a Hot Wheel track box. I think so too. I think she is lovely. All right, y'all. Hey, Christine. I'm just about done, but you can go back and watch the replay if you need to. Thank you, Linda. These are so easy to do. You can do them 100 ways. You could put, this is actually what I thought about in the beginning, and then I thought about this too. So I tried this, but look at this bling on there. That is 3 rows, and it's perfect. And that would stay on really, really good on there. So you could just put this silver rhinestone bling on there instead of fooling with this metal. I like the metal with this because this pumpkin is industrial looking. You know, it looks like metal. I know it, doesn't it, Susan? Don't it crack you up? I can't remember. Somebody came to church one day. I can't remember. Shelly might remember who it was and said something about, I can't believe you did that with Hot Wheel tracks. I'm like, I did. So let me fix that little doohickey now, since that's dry. Now, okay. That's all, y'all. Okay, the box was probably $1. The Hot Wheel tracks were $1.25. This is probably $7. Probably $15 or so is what I have in it, not counting like spray painting it and, you know, painting it and putting it together. Maybe. Because I get these for about $1 a piece, and I use them all the time. They're lightweight. They come in a box of like this of a dozen for like $8 or $9. So I put them on furniture and dressers and all kinds of stuff. Dressers are furniture, right? So, I love them. All right. Thanks for hopping on, you guys. If you're watching me right now, I'm live still. But chances are, if you're watching me right now, I've already been live. And if you're not seeing this live button right here, then you're watching the replay. Thank you for coming and doing that. And let me know you're here. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Okay? Good night, you guys. See you tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Bye.